I had a viewer ask me about what kind of equipment he needed to get started cleaning up old tools. I recommended a rotary tool. In my opinion, a good basic rotary tool has to have two features: a cord and variable speed. I found this WEN 2307 on Amazon that met both requirements for less than 20 bucks. Let me read you WEN's description from their website. Remember when you had versatility and power all in the palm of your hand? Remove rust from rusty stuff. Trim your dog's toenails. Engrave beautiful images into your neighbor's windows while they're vacationing in Rome. With the WEN rotary tool, the possibilities are endless, limited only by your imagination and federal law. Let's go over the specs. It's got a 6-foot long cord. Its variable speed is rated from 8,000 to 30,000 RPM. It's got the standard 1/8 inch collet and a 3/32 inch collet. Size-wise, it's a little bit bigger than my old Dremel Multi-Pro. The variable speed selector has a positive feel to it. It seems less likely to move around while the tool is running. This is a problem with the speed selector on my old Dremel. Unlike my Dremel, the WEN has an on-off switch separate from the speed selector. The WEN 2307 comes with an assortment of bits. Alright, let's get this thing ready to rock and roll. First things first, I'm going to remove the collet nut. I'm going to select a collet. This is the 1/8 inch collet. That's the one you're going to use the most. And now I'm going to replace the collet nut. I picked out this bit to start with. Install the bit in the collet, and then you press down this button, and that locks the shaft so you can hear it. Did you hear it lock? Here, listen again. Hear it? Once that's locked, now you can tighten the collet nut. WEN gives you a little wrench to do that. Okay, we're ready to go. Before we try this thing out, I want to strongly recommend wearing eye protection. I like this full face shield. The headband adjustment is nice. Depending on what I'm working on, I'll also wear an N95 dust mask. The WEN comes with a nice assortment of different shaped grindstones. I like to use grindstones like these to reprofile broken pocket knife blades. I find the grindstones work best at a higher speed. I'm going to start off at like 4.5. This gray dressing stone is also included. This is made out of a harder material than these. So you can use this to clean the stone up and retrue the shape. Let's give it a try. The WEN came with 2 diamond coated burrs, 1 conical shaped one, and 1 ball shaped. The ball shaped burr does a nice job on the tips of these nail sets. The WEN comes with two drill bits, 1/8 inch and 3/32. In order to use the 3/32 drill bit, you would have to switch to the smaller 3/32 collet. This is the mandrel for these sanding drums. The back end of the wrench is a screwdriver that fits that tiny screw. You want to make sure that screw is loose, and then you work the drum on like that, and then as you tighten it up, the rubber part expands and locks that drum in place. My experience, you don't want to run these at super high speed. I mean, this is just a cardboard tube with sand glued on it. Let's try the sanding drum out on this curved section of the screwdriver blade. I have the speed set, what, like 2.5 or so? The sanding drums come in different grits, and these mandrels come in different diameters. And I find them handy for cleaning up old tools. The WEN comes with a baggie full of these cutoff wheels. These are the super thin ones. And this is the mandrel you mount them on. I've got the screw and the washer on the wheel. I've got the rest of the mandrel tightened in the collet. And again, I'm going to use the screwdriver they provide. Tighten it up. I've got the speed set pretty high, up above 5 there. Well, unfortunately, it looks like I blew out the threads in the mandrel. It just won't tighten anymore. They're stripped. See? Bummer. Luckily, I have a spare mandrel. You're supposed to use that same mandrel to run these paper sanding pads. I installed one of them on my replacement mandrel with no washer, just to give me more room to sand. Let's see how these things work. Well, I guess it did something. I feel like if the disc was bigger diameter it would be better. I kept hitting the screw on the mandrel while I was sanding. The kit came with 2 felt polishing wheels and this corkscrew mandrel. The way this works is you just screw it into that center hole. I was going to try this little one. I think I'm going to have to kind of eyeball the center there. You just sort of screw it in. And it just tightens as it spins. Let's find something to polish. I've got a brass shell case. I spread some flits on it. I've got the speed setting just over 2. Polishing brass is always fun. There are a ton of rotary tool bits available. These are a few I would recommend to get you started cleaning up old tools. I've got these sanding drums in 3 sizes and in 6 grits, from 80 grit down to 600. These scrubby wheels come in several different grits. This coarse gold or yellow colored one and this medium red or maroon colored one are the 2 I use the most. These abrasive bristle wheels have totally replaced wire wheels for me. I've got these in 6 grits, from 80 down to 1,000. I like to put electrical heat shrink tubing around these pen brushes to concentrate the bristles. There are a lot of different polishing wheels out there. This type that's made out of many layers of fabric would be my recommendation for good all-around polishing. I plan to feature this WEN 2307 rotary tool in upcoming Back to Basics episodes, so stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. For more rotary tool tips and tricks, check out these videos.